Spring is in the air and the boys are on the pitch. It's a great Sunday here at Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, Washington for USL weekend action, where today Sounders FC2 plays host to the Sacramento Republic. Hello everyone, thank you for joining us. Delighted to have you with us. I'm Andrew Harvey, joined by James Riley and Dave Clark. And gentlemen, after a couple of rainy days, finally spring has decided to grace us here in the Pacific Northwest.
Absolutely, beautiful day for some soccer.
You can catch Mount Rainier just peeking through the clouds in the background today too.
Well, the Republic were unbeaten coming into this week. That changed on Wednesday with a 2-0 loss on the road to Timbers 2 down in Portland. But one man who didn't feature in that match that we are definitely keeping an eye on today, Dave, is Cameron Iwasa.
He leads the team both in goals and assists and is one of the top chance creators in the league with 15 chances created, 3 goals, 2 assists. Shutting him down is going to be important. They kind of play him up on an island, so there'll be opportunities to get behind him and take advantage of the space that he offers.
And speaking of being dangerous up top, James, in terms of S2, we've got our eyes on Felix Chankum.
Yes, Felix Chankum, 3 goals and 5 starts, which actually is a very good strike rate. And he's gotten himself into very good opportunities and chances and created a lot of chances for himself already this season. So I look for him to be active tonight and to create additional chances to, improve his tally.
Well, these two teams, last time they faced off, it finished in a 1-0 victory for the Republic, but there was a lot involved in that game. We'll get to that, the starting lineups, and kickoff next. S2 in their traditional rave green with blue shorts will be moving from left to right on your screen here in the first half. The Republic in white with gray shorts going back the other way. Republic 4-1-3, 3 draws, 15 points, good for second in the Western Conference right now coming into today's match. You mentioned earlier that midweek loss to Timbers 2, just their first loss of the season. Sounders FC2, meanwhile, 2 wins, 4 losses and a draw, 7 points. They're in 13th place in the West. They have a home record of 2-2. And both these teams have been struggling to find the net. 8 goals scored by S2, just 10 scored by the Republic so far this year. They've had some very close games, Dave.
Yeah, you're going to have to look for the Republic to take advantage of Iwasa and Bijev. Both of them are chance creators. Had a little bit of finishing issues so far this season. It's going to be up to Roger Snella to control them.
Your referee for today's match is Farad.co. Assistant referees Josh Haynes and Cephas Kortson. The fourth official is Joe Tompkins. Well, we're lining in now. You see there the S2 banners. Sorry, not sorry is always a personal favorite of mine. New one made for every match, and S2 definitely wondering if they can get off to a better start here against the Sacramento Republic than they have in years past. Their match against the Republic earlier in the season finished 1-0 in favor of the home team down at Papa Murphy's Park. We're underway. Through ball here quickly toward Cameron Iwasa. Meredith off his line, but spills it on the clearance. And it's Narbonne back to Usman. Of course, that match was not without its bizarrities. Total of 3 players sent off. The league later deeming that Rodrigue Ele had been sent off incorrectly. And of course, the lone goal in that contest, a penalty, James.
Yes, definitely. Look for S2 to be active. What you see right now, Sacramento pressing it a bit. For me, the field is going to play well. We saw them greasing it before the game. Hopefully they'll do so at halftime. So even though it's a midday fixture, look for the pace to be pretty vibrant.
Another ball has found its way onto the pitch. Felix Chankum's going to knock it out the near sideline. We're waiting for Denzo Ulisi to put it in play. He does so. It's up toward Chankum. Goes to Moffitt and back to Cohen. Francisco Narbonne. And the ball runs out the far side. James, S2's shaken up the formation a little bit today. Not a monumental change, but they've gone from the 4-2-3-1 to a 4-1-4-1. How does that change how you play a game?
Yeah, it just keeps them an anchored 6 to really protect the back 4. It allows the 2 in front of him to be a bit more active in supporting the attack. You know, alluding back to what you said initially, is scoring more goals, especially at home. It allows the attack to be supported a bit more, but also protecting your back line with that anchored 6. And you look for Narbonne just to be a pivot, just to be able to swing the ball from side to side, break up play, protect the back 4. A pivotal role for him tonight.
Justin Schmidt, former UW player, found his way to Sacramento in the professional ranks. Be anchoring that left back spot today. Chankum upended there by Schmidt. Hopiau back to Ulisi. Meredith goes near side to Sam Rogers. Hines trying to turn in space. Can't pick out Ibrahim Usman on the far sideline.
And you have Rogers with the captain's armband, and having a conversation with Wade earlier this week, he definitely has been having personal and one-on-one sessions with Rogers. Loves his foundation that he has, loves his pedigree, just wants him to have a bit more bite, a bit more steel as a center back, to be a dominant force on the ground and in the air, and with his voice as well. So we'll look for that, especially with the added responsibility of being the captain on this sunny day. I look for him to have a great game today.
James, if you're trying to get a player to, take a bit more of a commanding presence in the backfield, I mean, the captain's armband, according to the laws of the game, is purely symbolic. But what does it really do for a player when you strap that thing around your bicep?
Absolutely. No, it just gives you added responsibility.
Turnover here to Espino. Pardon me, James.
Yep.
Espino closing in. Narbonne dropping back. Espino looking for space for the cross. It's over the end line.
Fantastic cover by Narbonne. And that's what you look for him to do, to save his energy, to really protect the back 4. If there's a mistake, he's there to cover ground. He did so fantastically there in covering the space. But again, going back to your initial question, it just adds some added responsibility. Obviously, being a young player, being called into the national team, they're saying, hey, we're giving you this responsibility. So not only is this indicative of what you've done to deserve it now, but as you carry forward, you've earned it in the training sessions, in the initial games, and now we need you to do that not only in this games and home games, but throughout the season.
Tevez wants Hopiau down the near sideline, can't pick him out.
And again, you don't want him to play outside of himself. You just want him to continue to do what he's done, be steady, be a voice, get into tackles, win aerial duels, and just command his area and do so to perfection. You know, you can almost equate him to a Chad Marshall, which is a perfect example of someone to watch as you are coming up and developing as a young center back.
LA trying to go into the middle, looking for David Olson. Olson gets a foot. The attempted clearance by Jeremy Hall. Now it's Schmidt. Schmidt linking up with Partain. Tried to get it to Iwasa. LA cut it out. David Olson, well, judged guilty of the foul in that case on Adam Moffett.
And for me, what I'm looking at of Olsen is to know when to be creative, when to kind of use that juice, that extra juice that he has, but also just to play it simple. I love when he's able to drift out left and combine with Hines. I think if they continue to look for each other, that opens up Chankum up front as well. So for me, Olsen is at his best when he's running at guys, when he's giving up the ball, looking to get it back and running into space and driving at players.
Olsen. I'll put that ball right between Ibrahim Usman and Nick Hines. Neither one was able to get to it. High pressure coming from Sacramento in these early minutes on the road. Bit of a statement from the visitors, James?
Yeah, definitely. Simon Elliott, being the coach, has a fantastic pedigree as a player. He's definitely instilled that into his team. And they're going to come out to play, which is great for S2. A team that wants to come out here on the road and actually play is great for some end-to-end action.
Looping ball through for Iwasa. Ulysses squaring him up. He'll drop it to Espino in the middle. Tries to go far side for Bijev, and it's knocked away by Usman.
Well done. I'm also looking for a big game from Hines. For me, he's getting chances. He's creating chances. He's very good on his set-piece delivery. He gets at least a chance or two every game. And hopefully tonight he'll put it in the back of the net.
Stu winning the throw-in on the far end there. Thrown into Tevez.
Good hold-up play by Chankum there.
Dave Dylan Tevez is a Sounders Academy member, not signed to an S2 contract, but he's pretty much played his way into a spot with this team in the early goings of the season.
Yeah, he's tied for the team lead in appearances already. The youngster played a couple different roles. Today, he's going to be one of the pivots up top, really looking to control the game, be on the ball a lot more often. He should be able to have more influence in the attack than he does when he starts as a defensive midfielder.
And for me, he's been bright. He was definitely bright the first couple games, especially the home opener here.
Clever back heel from Chankum, sets in Hopiau. Linking up, give and go. Hopiau into the area, and a sliding tackle at the last minute knocks that ball away.
Speaking of Tevez, great combo play by Hopiau and Tevez there. For me, Tevez has the quality, has the technical ability, and we've seen it, his maturation over time, just to have a bit more of that competitive fire and drive.
Another look at it here. Clever link up. And it's going to be the youngster Tevez sending in this corner kick. It'll be an outswinger from the near side. Low ball in, straight to the foot of David Olson. Just too wide of goal.
So you're able to have Tevez a bit more advanced to find those pockets, as Dave alluded to. Find those pockets, and you saw his ability there. Just a little easy 1-2 combo play. He's able to link up with Hopiau. So we look for more of that today. But definitely S2 is going to miss Sorry. Sorry, a great player. Love his fiery attitude and his willingness to compete and wear his heart on his sleeve. So as a unit, they need to be aggressive today.
Meredith, bit of a miss hit there as he came out of his box. Has to win the resulting throw-in. Olsen tying up with Espino. Comes away with the ball. It gets beyond Schmidt, and it took a deflection off his foot as it was going out. S2 working quickly. It's into Chankum, and it's poked over for another corner.
James mentioned that absence of Sorry. That's going to put more pressure on Narbonne and Olsen particularly to lead the team in their, whether it's in attack or in defense. They're really the veteran leadership, and two of the older players on the roster at 22 and 23.
Yeah, very true. Olsen, for me, is at his best is when he has that chip on his shoulder, when he has that competitive drive, and he's chasing down balls, right? So it's not only what he does with the ball at his feet, is what he does defensively.
Ball in from Hines to the foot of Chankum. Still in the area. Hopiau lifts it back over himself. Sends in another cross. That one is stopped and eventually knocked away by Moffitt. Schmidt forward toward Espino. Espino held up by Rodriguez Ele. Moffitt able to leap over a charging Usman, and now an early ball in. Header from Ulysses.
And we've seen that a couple times from LA. Love his young attitude and his willingness to really close down space, but it's knowing what can I give up now, right? If he holds his line and just keeps the integrity of the line, doesn't give up service, there he goes a bit too aggressively for me, and a veteran team like Sacramento is able to combine around him and get a very dangerous opportunity with the service uncontested, and fortunately it was cleared out for a corner.
It'll be Partain from the near side. Ball drifting toward the backside, headed back in and back out from Ulysses. And volleyed further clear. Well, you talk about teams coming into a league and making a splash, Dave. The Sacramento Republic certainly did that in 2014. A man by the name of Preki was the head coach back then, now part of the MLS Sounders coaching staff, and they only came in and won USL Cup in their first year of existence.
Yeah, they declared their intentions early, both on and off the field, averaging well over 10,000 a game, kind of declaring that they had high ambitions. Rode that first season quite well.
Ball into space for Hines. Can he control it? He'll be able to get to it. Support arriving in the middle. Cross from Hines toward the back post. It's over everybody's head. Ulysses gives chase. He'll stop it on the near sideline. Hopiau. Back wide for Ulysses. Low ball in toward Olsen. Dish back out. Hopiau to the back post, and too much air underneath that. It's gone out for a goal kick.
Unlucky. Good thoughts there by the young team. I like how the outside back's getting up involved in the game, getting services, hard runs in the box.
Another look at it here. Really good ball movement for S2. Just the final ball from Hopiau, just overhit. I will see Josh Cohen putting his leg on display. Joins the club this year from Phoenix Rising FC. And, had himself quite a year with that club last year and quite a month of September. 6 clean sheets he kept, and was justifiably rewarded with the USL's Player of the Month award. It's Espino going through for Iwasa. Ulysses goes to ground, draws the free kick, and Iwasa can't believe it, but there seemed to be a fair amount of extension.
Well done by Ulysses. He's been active again today. I like his body of work that he's created over the season thus far. He's active going forward, has his defensive responsibility. He was able to cover and pinch in there. He did well.
Sounders 2 have another free kick. Guzman goes short to Francisco Narbonne. Olsen, Narbonne.
Well done.
Switched over to Usman. He's going to take some space. Give and go from Tevez. Usman!
So again, Tevez finding link-up play. He's able to link up, find pockets. After that 1-2 combination, I want to see him also reacting to get the ball back again, right? So you see the initial combination play is fantastic, but then to stay active and even make runs into the box to look to get it back again.
You saw the replay just now. James, the shot came off the outside of Usman's left foot. Bit of an interesting selection for how to strike that ball when you're wide of the left post.
Yeah, a bit of an ambitious effort there. The initial thought was good with the combination with Tevez. You want him to try to connect that next pass or look for another combo play. Again, that comes into Tevez's reaction after that play as well, to be another target, to be another option.
Rodriguez finds Espino. Now Partain. It's Bijev. Seiler on the overlap.
Bijev, a fantastic player for me, one-on-one capabilities. Very nifty and shifty on the ball, especially when he's isolated, he's able to create.
It's Bijev. Low ball in. Off the foot of Usman. Still in here, and LA dumps that over the end line for a corner.
Good cover. Good cover by LA. LA for me has also created a good body of work over the season. Look for him to have a very big game tonight as he'll be tested.
Bijev to strike this from the far corner. Will be an outswinger. Espino showing us the near side option. And a lot of height in the box for the Republic. Bijev wants his 10 yards. Tevez is getting a little bit close for comfort. Just chips that ball in. Easy header clearance and comes to the foot of Moffitt. And Moffitt can't do more with it than just put it over the bar.
And Moffitt, a veteran of not only NASL, USL, but also MLS, have had the pleasure of playing against him. Great competitor. Great player in the midfield there. A winner. I've seen him definitely hit that on target.
It's another high service from Brian Meredith. Dave, we had a chance to talk to Sounders goalkeeping coach Tommy Dutra earlier in the week, and he said Brian Meredith just needs to be on this field a little bit longer and hit a couple more of those balls. The sight lines in a baseball stadium are so bizarre.
Yeah, it's something that he's had issues with in previous games. Hopefully with more experience that down here, it's not about the turf, it's really about the sight lines.
17th minute, 0-0 between S2 and the Sacramento Republic. Neither team so far really coming away with a chance. I'm not sure we've seen any shots on goal to this point, but still plenty of potential in both of these lineups.
And in these moments, this is when you can really get yourself back in the game by winning challenges, closing down space, pressing the team, you know, create energy, collective energy by your individual efforts. And I look on the field here, Hines has that capability, Olsen has that capability, Narbonne has that capability, Chankum has that capability. So we want those characteristics definitely to show as you try to get this game, battle for the right to play in this game.
Cameron Iwasa offside there. Meredith going to wave everyone forward. Driven ball from Meredith toward Chankum. Rodriguez wins the header. Rogers goes to ground, only finds Hall. Moffitt going back over the top. Partain was giving chase, and just you could see the run hitch up when he saw that ball was going to be beyond him. Now it's Tevez, Olsen. And another mislaid pass from David Olsen. He's having some trouble on the far sideline so far, James.
Yeah, again, Olsen, his capability to pull out magic is very good at times, but his ability to just connect simple plays, simple passes could definitely be better, because I know he has the pedigree to do so.
Chankum going to apply some pressure to Cohen, goes to ground there. Felix Chankum maybe watching some film of Zach Mathers last year against Vancouver Whitecaps too.
And Jeremy Hall, another battle-tested MLS veteran, USL veteran, NASL veteran, had the pleasure of playing against him as well. So the spine of this Sacramento team is definitely veteran-heavy, with Moffitt and Jeremy Hall in the middle.
Hines now moving into the middle. Hines upended by Moffitt. It's a hard challenge, but a fair one. Republic going to keep playing as Moffitt's still on the deck. It's back to Tainter. Moffitt back to his feet now. Well, never let anyone tell you soccer's not a contact sport.
I don't mind that aggressive play by Hines. Ability, you know, desire to take guys on. We need that a bit. Now I just want to look for his reactions afterwards. But nothing wrong with a winger especially playing as a number 7 or a number 11, to be able to take guys on, really test the back line.
Rogers and Tevez linking up now. Back to Meredith under pressure.
S2 is going to have to be tidy in how they play out of the back, because this team will punish you with any mistake. And they've been prone to give up chances to teams, especially at home, who press. Sometimes you can try to overplay out of the back. If that's the instance and Sacramento catches S2, for me, they will punish this team doing so. So it's, again, weighing safety versus risk, when to play out of the back, when can't we, and to make that judgment call on the field.
Simon Elliott conversing with the fourth official right now. Adam Moffat speaking to referee Farad Dodko. Not sure what it was all about, but we're back in play in any case. Iwasa linking up, but he is flagged for offside yet again. And Simon Elliott displeased. John Hutchinson, you see him there. Hutchinson wanted a foul from the contact between Denzo Ulysses and Justin Schmidt moments ago. Ball from Meredith. High from Usman.
Great
he heads
ball.
it toward Hines.
Great flick.
Hines
Runners
now
in
into the alley.
box.
Looking for support. Challenge there from Bijev, gets the ball away. And then distributes, and Bijev does enough to get himself fouled by Nick Hines.
For me, Nick Hines found himself in a great spot with a great flick by Usman. Whip it in the box would be my decision to him. Just to whip it in the box, have your runners there. If they're not there, you can bark at them to get there, but he allows Bijev to get back, close him down, negate his space, and get stripped, but his reactions after the play were great.
Long ball from Cohen. Usman with the uncontested header, and it's over the far touchline.
And that's when Chenkum needs to say, hey, just put the ball in the box. If I'm not there, you can bark at me. But I think he had a bit of space, if there was an early service, to really put this Sacramento defense under pressure.
Tainter wants to switch over to Espino. Ulysses goes in and draws the free kick. And at that high speed, Ulysses was airborne for quite some time.
Yes, great read by Ulysses. That type of aggressiveness can jumpstart the attack. So it's being able to choose when we can step in and intercept passes, and that transition allows us to catch Sacramento unbalanced, which will give us better opportunities going forward.
That's Nick Hines upended from behind by Schmidt. Going to lead to another free kick.
And I like this. We alluded to this before. You see Hines and Hopenau have switched sides. This allows a different look, with both being able to cut in and actually have shots, create shots. Hopenau on his right foot, Hines on his left foot.
Clever ball finds Iwasa. Now Partain. Underlap to Seiler. Low ball in. Meredith holds the cross.
And again, this is where Tevez needs a bit more of that competitive drive, a bit more of that steal and that bite. Too easy letting that service, getting pushed off the ball, and then letting that service get off. Obviously, he gives up a bit in height and weight, but there's definitely an intelligent way to defend that doesn't always involve just brute force and muscle.
Well, there's always something to be said for the wisdom of experience, something Tevez is getting plenty of this season. And something, James, that you're going to be bringing to a soccer competition in the not-too-distant future. The news breaking this week that you're going to serve as the captain of the Cascadian national team at the Canifa World Football Cup in London in a month and a half.
I will, yes. A great honor for me to have a great tournament, great involvement to be representing Cascadia again.
Bijev with a touch past Usman here, onto his right foot. Usman disrupts, still Bijev, square ball, and Ulysses cuts it away.
We just saw there, Bijev's ability to create, again, one-on-one, for me is fantastic. He's very shifty, very creative with the ball, wants the ball at his feet, wants to go at players, and you saw his capabilities there. And that's what special players can do, right?
Bullies his way onto the ball, does Felix Chankum. Chankum now, no support, he's going to have to do it himself. A right-footed shot, and it's right at Josh Cohen.
Special players can drift in and out of games when they find that moment. and they see an advantage to do so. His ability to take people on, create in the box. Again, Ulysses very, very tight in his positioning and defending to be there to clear that ball out.
Ball toward Jeremy Hall's overhit, and then it's overhit going back the other way. Both these teams having some trouble settling the ball at midfield right now.
That's the effort we want to see for 90 minutes.
Espino.
By doing so, he's going to battle for the right to play and earn the right to play and be creative and get the ball in good spots.
It's Moffitt for Espino toward the byline. Espino going to get there. So does Francisco Narbonne. Drop back cross. It's Moffitt. Bijev wants it in the middle, and Moffitt just hits it into space. This one's probably going to make it over the line, and it eventually does. Sacramento kind of had a lot of time, it seemed like, on that last attack to set up and kind of pick their spot.
As Sacramento does well of keeping possession around the box, rotating the ball, and not really forcing it, and trying to find spots and break this S2 team down.
That's Ulysses. Back to Ele. Olsen.
Good flick by Olsen.
Tevez back out wide to Ulysses. He's got everything going but the ball. Lifts one in toward Chankum. Chankum toward goal. And Cohen forced to scramble to his right a little bit.
Nifty little shot by Chankum right there.
It's a good effort. And then you see his reactions here. Great. But when he goes, guys have to go with him, right? Hines should already be closing that down. As Chankum initiates the press, guys behind him have to react accordingly to that.
Another look at it here. Well-placed ball from Ulysses, and it looks like it kind of came off Chankum's shin, but had the contact been solid, who knows where that one would have gone.
Great effort.
Tacoma Sounders, the cheer coming up from the ground now. And another great crowd here at Cheney Stadium. As the weather gets nicer into summer, if you're in the area and have not been out to a match yet, we wholeheartedly recommend it. Tainter surveying his options. He wants Bijev. Bijev held up his run. I think he thought he was offside, and that one goes over the goal line.
Bijev was trying to take advantage of a miscommunication between Hopiao and Usman as to who should cover him in that instance. Tanner had the right idea.
Another big interception from the Bulgarian. Bijev has definitely been one of the most interesting players to watch in the USL the last couple of years. Spent last season with Timbers too. Former Liverpool Academy man, and has, as you said, Dave, a real nose for open spaces. But this is Partain, back heel to Iwasa, long range and wide of the post.
Great combo play by Sac Republic there. Very nifty. Layoff by Partain. A Wake Forest graduate, may I add.
Rocket shot from Iwasa.
And a great player, great soccer player Partain is. Came out of the Wake Forest University pipeline. Is a utility player, been more on the attacking side, but I've seen him play right back this year. Just a good soccer player that's found his way onto the field.
Making his 5th start of the season today. He's Partain. This is Hopiao. Inside for Chankum. Can't turn it. Partain spent last year with the Des Moines Menace in the PDL. Had a pretty good year for them. 4 goals, 2 assists in 12 appearances. Ele. Up toward Chankum.
Great hold-up play. Now to get that layoff. If you can get that first touch, the first touch was fantastic. Second touch needs to be laid off. it'd be great. But you see Sac Republic, as the center back split, they're pressing. Ulysses made a great decision there just to clear it out, go vertical, keep the back line honest. If he can put that behind the back line into the channels, now S2 can press, but the idea is good. Safety versus risks there.
Simon Elliott conversing with the fourth official. Play restarted by Sounders 2.
So again, you want that clipped over the channels, right over the outside back, right into the channels to give your players an opportunity to run onto it and press them a bit.
Works his way to Ulysses. Olsen. Narbonne hard up toward Tevez, who lost his footing. And now knocked into space toward Iwasa. Meredith coming out of his zone.
Great read by Meredith. Be off his line a bit.
And a good long clearance from Meredith, too. Put it right where it needed to go. Get some height on it. Get it far away. Get his defense an opportunity to reset.
Long throw in toward Iwasa. Espino. Justin Schmidt. Espino upended by a challenge from Denzo Ulysses, and he'll see yellow for that here in the 31st. Espino still down.
Espino's been bright, very tidy and shifty on the ball, low center of gravity. Ulysses done well on him today, trying to limit his spaces where he can create. Unfortunate with that tackle and that booking, but I still like the aggressiveness of Ulysses, his ability and desire to really defend and compete and make runs forward for me has been very good today.
Take another look at the challenge. Ulysses just laid in on that ball as the first touch carried Espino away, and there was no hesitation from the referee.
There have been a few moments of contact between the two, some uncalled, some called. I'm not really surprised that one of them wound up with a yellow because it had been ramping up the level of confrontation.
Well, Espino had stepped off the field and received treatment. The trainer never stepped on the field, so I'm actually not sure technically if Espino is allowed to be on the pitch for this one, but it looks like the answer is yes. Free kick on its way in, headed down in the way by Narbonne. And runs out on the near sideline for a Sacramento throw-in. And Nick Hines looks like he's being told to get off the field, which probably means there would be some blood on some of his equipment. Pretty much the only time you see players asked to remove themselves.
So S2 has to manage this correctly, being down a player. How do they adjust? Who shifts where into Hines' position?
The cross in. Beyond everyone, Bijev gives chase. Gets around Usman. Usman going to ground, getting the ball.
By Usman.
Give and go with Tevez.
Play. Excellent play by Usman.
Down line for Chankum. Olsen making the run up the middle.
Now we just keep it and connect.
Ball up to Olsen. Goes down, pressure on his back.
That's a tough ball to give him. You still want Olsen to be a bit strong. Not necessarily, no need to really flop there. Be strong, hold the ball up. The initial ball needs to be a bit better as well, something easier for him to deal with.
Nick Hines raising his arms in the air, pleading with the official to let him back on. Can't imagine Hines didn't delay the game at all by staying off the field. And now he'll be allowed in on the stoppage. .34th minute, no score between these two clubs.
Now it's John Hutchinson pleading his case with the fourth official.
It's an unenviable job as a general rule, isn't it, Dave?
You just have to listen to coaches complain constantly.
And the referee's letting this one play a little bit. Chenkum, I feel, is going down a bit too easy. I think he has the stature to stay up.
Olsen with a bit of room to work here. Goes to the byline toward Hopiau, who's immediately bodied up by Schmidt. Hopiau doesn't have any support to drop it down the line, so he's going to try to win the throw-in. Ball stays in. Cross toward Chenkum, headed away by Moffitt. As far as Ulysses.
Good spot by Ulysses. Now we can circulate, connect a few passes.
Rogers finds Hines. Guzman tried to play it with his first touch, got a little too clever. And Rogers just puts it out of play. 10 minutes to go until halftime. And been a pretty physical contest so far between these two teams.
Yes, referee's letting it play a little bit, which is fine for me. I like that. And I think S2 needs to adjust, especially with Olsen and Chenkum. I think they're going down a bit too easy. Right, the referee's going to give you the foul if you're attempting to stay strong, hold the ball up. But for me, a lot of entry balls into those two that are being disrupted pretty easily. Need to be able to hold up the ball, draw some fouls, especially on this hot day, allow your team to breathe a little bit, get some set piece opportunities, a couple quick free kicks if it's deep in your zone or in the midfield. And today, Olsen and Hines haven't combined like we're used to seeing, so I would want Olsen to maybe drift a little bit wider on the left-hand side, try to overload the side, combine with Hines, have Usman overlapping, create a 3v2 opportunity, unbalance the team.
Throwing to Chenkum. He blasts it off a defender, wins another corner, third of the match for S2.
With two number 10s on the field today, you kind of want one of them to make a run so Chenkum can drop it back. They weren't in a space where he could get them the ball.
Very true. Olsen has the ability to stretch the team vertically. Tevez will be that one that drops underneath. So maybe a little up, back, and through combination play with those three can work.
Hines goes short to Tevez on the corner. Long cross in. Shuttled away. Guzman plays back to the near side to Tevez. LA. Gonna get the give and go in the alley.
Well done, LA.
And that one eventually rolls out for a throw-in.
Against Tevez involved in that. He's very good at just being a little bumper, right? You're able to play into him. He's able to play it back. Little 1-2 combinations. But again, I want reactions off of that. So as he lays it, he's always looking to either get to the box or look for an additional sequence or combination play.
Ulysses in for Tevez.
But Dave, you were right. An entry ball into Chenkum, if he's strong and holds it up, allows him to drop it off to Tevez, and then Olsen can run off that. Hines can run off that. A little up, back, through combination play I think will do well for S2.
Another free kick given away. Sounders frustrated. You could probably see Denzo Ulysses there on your screen. And there's John Hutchinson, and he wants another talk with the fourth official, Joe Tompkins.
With how loose this game's been called so far, that wasn't necessarily a foul that a player could expect.
Right.
Might be an instance of the referee deciding he wants to clamp down a little bit, control the physicality of the match.
Again, you see how Sac Republic pressed the game still, not letting the center backs or their midfield get comfortable on the ball, rushing plays, causing turnovers in their attacking third.
Leads to one right there. Schmidt in toward Iwasa.
If you have a pressing team, you want to bypass it. So this is when balls into the channels, stretch them out, have Hines, Chenkum spinning off, or if you are able to have that, create some combo play, see up, back, and through. It's really to stretch this defense. Good effort there. If that's a bit more, gives Chenkum an opportunity to run onto it.
Back with Sacramento, it's Schmidt. Hope he pokes it away from him. Into Iwasa. Moffitt. S2 trying to get up to press now. Tevez going on a long run. So's Nick Hines. They both go to ground.
Again, behind the play, look at how many guys are back deep. That has to be read. Olsen needs to be edged up to the nearest guy. It's too easy for when you have 3 guys pressing and you don't have your other guys active. It's too easy for Sac Republic to get out.
Ball came off Denzo Ulysses. And Ulysses disagrees, but it'll be a corner kick on the near sideline. Partain once again descended in from the near side. Whole host of options hovering around the penalty spot. Ball drifting backward. Header won by Nick Hines.
Good win by Hines. Now we need to pressure this ball. That needs to be a bit quicker. Don't allow them to get comfortable to hit the ball back into
picks
the
out
box.
Tainter, who's on here. Shot, and he beats
for me.
Brian Meredith to the near post. It's 1-0 to the visitors.
The initial header's fantastic. Great win, but then there's no pressure on that ball. The line
hang
doesn't
on.
edge up quickly enough. The line doesn't edge up quick enough. You lose track of your runners, and it leads to a breakdown like that. But there has to be pressure on that ball. Jeremy Hall shouldn't have the ability to take a touch, look up, find a player, losing markers. A teachable moment right there for sure. As your back line's edging up, Jeremy Hall receives it, your back line stops, he looks up, your back line then drops back, finds markers, and reacts to the play back into the box. But there's a second ball chance given up by S2 there. And possibly on a corner that wasn't deserving, maybe unnecessary to give up that corner. Unfortunate, but that continual set pieces, it was a second ball opportunity that led to the goal.
And now Farad Dodko will have to get the remonstrating directly from John Hutchinson rather than through the 4th official as he sets the ball up for this free kick on the near side. Visiting support that have made their trip up from California are certainly happy. They're in the lead on the back of a 41st minute goal from Mitchell Tainter.
It's a little hot for a bear suit today.
Dedication knows no bounds. That's all I'll say about that. Hines and Ulysses over this ball. Ulysses runs over it. Service from Hines.
Good ball. That's
Back
a
post.
great ball. We need runners. That's a great ball. Anytime you can have a ball and in-swingers bounce in the 6, you've delivered a great ball. Unfortunate there for S2 to not have runners around that area, but a great delivery by Hines.
It's out for a corner. Only Tevez to take it.
Excellent ball.
Tevez lining up the in-swinger. Headed away from Sam Rogers to the foot of LA, goes for it on his first touch, and it's cleared away. Picked up and held in by Iwasa. Another long ball toward Espino. That one over the head of Rogers. Bicycle clearance from Usman. Still not out of the woods yet. Meredith way off his line. Moffitt, space for the cutback cross, and goes straight to Dylan Tevez. S2 going to try to press here. Olsen. Looking for Hines. Olsen runs onto it. Tevez runs through the challenge from Bijev.
Well done, both by Olsen and Tevez there. Tidy and tight spaces.
45th minute. Awaiting word on how much stoppage time we'll see here in the first half. Probably not much. Game's been pretty active. Ball looking for Olsen. He's going to get to it. Can he turn it? Ulysses. Headed down toward Chankum. Flipped along for Hines. Hines back inside. Shot from Chankum. It's over the bar.
Fantastic effort. Good composure by Hines there. Has himself in the box, which is good. Great composure to find Chankum. Chankum makes good contact, but puts it over the net. Great initial layoff. I thought he could have had an opportunity to maybe hit it first time, Hines. Elected to control it, did very well to then get his head up, find Chankum. Great composure in the box. Creates a great opportunity for S2.
Fourth official Joe Tompkins now signaling we will see 1 minute of added time. We are into that minute now.
After 45 minutes, the referee has added 1 minute of stoppage time in the first half. 1 minute stoppage time.
Knocked long by Cohen. And Ulysses just lets it run out of play. The last two try to press downfield to get one more shot here in this first half. Uzman.
Good ball.
Forward to Tevez. Big touch from Tevez, and he's dispossessed. Moffitt. Espino. Hall. Sacramento just kind of leisurely surveying the field. Referee Farad Dodko glances at his watch. And there's the whistle through 45 minutes here at Cheney Stadium. And a Mitchell Tainter goal has the Sacramento Republic up 1-0 at the break over S2. James, your thoughts on this first 45?
I thought it was an even game. I thought S2 created some chances. Sac Republic created some chances. Definitely got the goal from the center back, which is very good. But for me, it's the ability to not track your runners and be active on second ball situations, which is critical in this game. And S2 was caught on that opportunity.
We'll take a break and return. But once again, your score at halftime: Sacramento Republic FC 1, Sounders FC 2, 0.
If I told you I'd give you directions to the greatest place on earth, what would you think? Would you pack your bags for Cali? Put on a little hat with mouse ears? No need. See, the greatest place on earth is right here in your backyard. I'm talking about Cheney Stadium, the South Sound's crown jewel and home of Tacoma Rainiers baseball. There's a little something for everyone at a Rainiers game. And when views of the field are this good and drinks are this cold, you'll get one taste and be hooked. Tickets are available at TacomaRainiers.com. Rainiers baseball. This is our city.
Hi, my name is Ray Sari, center mid, and I got one question for you.
I'm David Olson. I'm a forward, and I got one question for you.
I have one question for you. I'm Francisco Narbon. I'm a center mid. I got one question for you.
The US2.
The US2?
The US2.
IS2. IS2. We S2.
We S2.
We S2. Do IS2? Do IS2?
Do I S2?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
Now I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking. Cause I'm thinking it too. Do you S2?
What does S2 mean to me?
What does S2 mean to me?
Love. I suck.
I got a question.
I got a question for you. I got a question. Do you S2?
Welcome back to Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, Washington, where through 45 minutes, Sacramento Republic FC hold a 1-0 lead over Sounders FC 2. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at halftime. Andrew Harvey alongside James Riley and Dave Clark. And, well, let's get right into it, gentlemen. Let's take a look at the Western Conference standings as we begin our look around the USL for this week. And we'll see if we can get that called up on screen for you. Take a look at it there. And right now, in 13th place, Sounders FC 2 are, well, a long ways out of the playoff picture at the moment, but still, anything can change. It's a 34-game season this year. Lots of soccer to be played, James.
Yeah, I mean, it's a marathon, not a sprint, but you definitely want to start that marathon with some intentionality and some urgency. So look for S2 to really focus and concentrate on picking up their home victories.
Well, the other big news out of the league this week, Las Vegas Lights technical director Chalice served a 7-game suspension for referee assault. James, you know Chalice. You played for him a little bit at Chivas, and fiery personality, but it got the better of him there.
Right. No, I've had the experience of having Chalice through a preseason at Chivas USA. For me, a fantastic coach. Wears his heart on his sleeve. It's always on display. I think that was kind of the idea in the hiring, was they wanted to bring that competitiveness, that fiery attitude. And it got a bit away from him in this instance. But I think it was very good for USL to step in and say, hey, this is not going to be accepted in our league, and they put the sanction down accordingly.
Well, that suspension is being appealed by Las Vegas Lights. Dave, the other big news item is that, well, we're 7 weeks into the season, and collectively the league's already surpassed 500,000 in attendance, which is the fastest they've ever hit that mark.
Yeah, there's some great teams out there putting forward huge numbers. FC Cincinnati basically leading that charge with their around 25,000 a game. Here, S2 pulling between 2,000 and 6,000 for their games. So it's an exciting time for the league, and the nation is really embracing all these teams scattered around the country.
Dave, just a couple other matches that are going on. What other scoreline updates can you give us from around the league right now?
There's one other match in progress. The Richmond Kickers have scored the goal. They're the away team in theirs. You can go to uslsoccer.com for all your latest scoreboard.
Well, that's our look around the USL for this week. We'll take a break here at Cheney Stadium and be back with our first half highlights and, of course, the second 45 minutes.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of The Breakdown. Really excited to analyse the plays of the week this week. We even have an ESPN Sports Center #1 in the top 10. I hope you enjoy.
Great little move there from Cooper, sends it across, it's Jamal Johnson.
The first play from Jamal Johnson here is his goal. If you watch when he picks the ball up, he has almost like a 8 to 10 meter radius around him, and that's created by his movement and his space. You know, he's recognized that when he's going into the box that he doesn't need to make the first post run, he doesn't need to make the far post run. It's an extremely difficult finish, and it's coming across his body, and he makes extremely good contact on the ball. He uses the pace of the cross and slots it right into the corner.
To have a completely open view of what's happening. Oh my goodness, what a goal!
I don't think there's any doubt as to why this was the #1 on the ESPN Sports Center. It's a very special thing for a player to see a goalkeeper off a line, especially from a goal kick, because he's not expecting the ball to bounce to him, especially the way it bounced to him. So when the ball did bounce to him, I think that he just thinks, why not? And he's just showing everyone there is the technique that he has, but he also showed me what I feel as though is the mentality of a player, which is something that we've not seen yet this season. I think it's fantastic.
Anything. Francois takes it away, plays it back, Brett holds, scores!
Yes, what a great pullback.
Francois' defensive play here is what creates the goal. You know, his teammate loses the ball, he takes a bad touch, but he doesn't give up on it, and he persists, and his reaction to the turnover is fantastic. And then Brett can either do one or two things. He can take a touch or he can finish it first time. The defender thinks he's going to take a first time shot, and that's what then allows him to have the composure to relax, take the touch, and it's a great finish.
Manila makes a meal out of that one. Now Ledesma on the breakaway, and it's 3-0 as he chips Maxi Crepo.
This goal for Cincinnati in the 76th minute is a lot about anticipation for Ledesma. The defender makes a great decision here to play the ball in behind, and when the Ottawa defender makes the mistake, and again he anticipates the mistake, maybe if it was 0-0 at the time and he was going on to win the game or try and win the game, he might have taken a touch close to the keeper. But with the way they were playing, I completely understand why he's taken the first time finish. Thank you for watching The Breakdown on week 7. As you can see, some fantastic goals, some fantastic plays, and I've really enjoyed analysing them. I look forward to seeing you next week.
If I told you I'd give you directions to the greatest place on earth, what would you think? Would you pack your bags for Cali? Put on a little hat with mouse ears? No need. See, the greatest place on earth is right here in your backyard. I'm talking about Cheney Stadium, the South Sound's crown jewel and home of Tacoma Rainiers baseball. There's a little something for everyone at a Rainiers game. And when views of the field are this good and drinks are this cold, you'll get one taste and be hooked. Tickets are available at TacomaRainiers.com. Rainiers baseball. This is our city.
Hi, my name is Ray Sari, center mid, and I got one question for you.
I'm David Olson. I'm a forward, and I got one question for you.
I have one question for you. I'm Francisco Narbon. I'm a center mid. I got one question for you.
Do you S2?
Do you S2?
Do you S2?
I S2.
I S2. We S2.
We S2.
We S2.
Do I S2?
Do I S2?
Do I S2?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
Now I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking it too.
Do you S2?
What does S2 mean to me?
What does S2 mean to me?
Love. I suck.
I got a question.
I got a question for you. I got a question.
Do you S2?
Welcome back to Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, Washington. Through 45, Sacramento Republic FC hold a 1-0 lead over the hosts, Sounders FC2. Thanks for joining us here on ESPN Plus. Andrew Harvey alongside James Riley and Dave Clark. And James, as we start to take a look at our first half highlights in a 1-0 game, it's no surprise that there's one moment that features particularly heavily. I'll get to that in a minute. Early cross from Tevez, got between him. Meredith managed to hold it. And for the most part, Sounders were very resolute at the back. And then this happened, James.
Yes, I mean, you have essentially 3 players wide open. The ability not to clear the first ball, but not be aware that there's going to be a second ball opportunity, not to have the line set, not to be tracking runners, lack of urgency in the reaction. Unfortunate Meredith gets beat near post.
That's Mitchell Tainter on the goal, the assist coming from Jeremy Hall. And it is the difference so far in this one. Dave Clark, as we start to take a look at that Sounders FC2 bench, just 5 players on it, one of whom, Jesse Daly, the Australian, who joined the club alongside his countryman Anthony Burke-Gilroy this week. But who else jumps off at you that might be able to come in and make an impact if John Hutchinson needs some late legs?
It's really going to be David Estrada. That's what his role on this team has become. He's going to be the energy off the bench. He's going to help the team kind of rebuild and reestablish their shape. I think that's one of the things that he can add. Look for Dylan Tevez early. See if he gets forward more. His average position isn't quite where I want to see him. He's supposed to be controlling the ball, helping that flow in the attack. He's dropping deep a little too often.
Whistle goes. We're underway here in the second 45. S2 moving from right to left on your screen. Arbone going to ground there against Iwasa. Falls for Iwasa though, he plays in Partain. Sliding challenge that time from Sam Rogers. Select's the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportsamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Ball's worked its way up to David Olson. Olson playing through here for Nick Hines. Hines goes down in the box. And Farad Dodko waves away the pleading looks from S2.
Nope. S2 looking to get bailed out a little bit. Great run by Hines. The referee was right on it. Very good positioning by him. He's not going to give anything away that easily.
Look at it there.
Good aggressive run by Hines. Good aggression in the box. Continue to do that. We want to see that for the rest of the half. We want S2 to play with some urgency here. When it's time to go forward in numbers, assert themselves with their runs, with their reactions, with their attitude, and obviously with their effort.
Narbonne up for Tevez, back inside for Olson.
There we go. Tevez, now the reactions are, he played it and is looking to get it again. That's what we want to see.
Olson tied up and has the ball taken off him. You see a couple players there. Bit of trouble keeping their footing on the turf laid over the infield.
Good closing.
Ball back to Cohen. Moffitt, the header on the near sideline. Ball comes back to him. Tevez, late in on Espino. Quick apology to him there. Doesn't appear to be any hard feelings between the two.
Jeremy Hall's tidy. Veteran presence in there is key. Very clean on the ball, very composed.
Tainter, the goal scorer from the first half.
And a bit of a regressive start from S2. Obviously, it's a midday game. They did water the pitch at halftime, but for me, I'd like to see a bit more aggression in forcing the game a bit and pressing their center backs. And trying to create turnovers in their attacking third.
Through ball was looking for Hines there. Well defended by Tainter. Guzman into Narbonne. Hines going through. It's Tevez.
Good effort by Tevez. Great run. Great aggressive run. Great ball by Hines.
Moffitt going into space toward Bijev. LA shields him off the ball.
Very well done by LA. Very composed, strong defending there. Now he needs some support. You'd like to see Meredith play him and then give him an angle to play back to Meredith, and Meredith has a better percentage to get that ball up the field than LA does. But again, you see S2 still pressing, or Sacramento still pressing. They're still trying to push the game and making S2 feel very uncomfortable with possession in their own defensive third.
Schmidt heaves that in, finds Espino. Rebound is friendly for S2, but again, no one on the end of the pass. Chankum comes over. Now draws a free kick. And now a little bit of extracurriculars. Tainter felt that Chankum had gone down a little bit easily there. And are we just going to see a free kick from this?
LA needs to be careful, or Chankum needs to be careful with that kick out. He could be booked here. He has been getting some rough treatment throughout the day. That's the life of a number 9. Has to be able to hold it up, be strong. But then he can also be aggressive on the flip end. He can be pressing the center backs and initiating physical play that way.
Well, there's a bit of, you see it there. Tainter had a bit of a kick into the back of Felix Chankum, leaned over and shouted at him, and Chankum put a hand up in the face area of Tainter. It looks like they're both going to get a talking to, but that's it. But definitely keep an eye on those two over the next couple minutes.
And hopefully that brings some additional life into this game. You want to be able to mix it up accordingly, maybe get some life into the game for your side, up the tempo of this game. For me, there's going to be some more tackles. There's going to be some more end-to-end play.
Ulysses picking out Chankum. Went for a first-time cross, comes off him and out for a goal kick. Get a player's perspective of all the action around the USL every Wednesday as the Tampa Bay Rowdies' Jack Blake hosts the Blake Down on the USL YouTube channel. Cohen gets us started. Ball sailing past midfield.
Great touch.
Iwasa pulls off a pretty tight turn, a lot of G-force on that. And the Republic win another throw-in deep on here. Schmidt up to take it. Goes short to Bijev. Schmidt to the back post. Header from Narbonne. Only as far as Espino. Espino going to the byline, taking on Usman.
Great defending.
And he's won a corner.
Defending.
The USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow @USL on Twitter.
So you saw Usman there close down the ball, chop his steps, and then be able to adjust to the 1v1 abilities of the player.
Bijev into the middle, toward the back post. And that looked like it almost was going to fall for Tainter, but it winds up going out for another corner. It'll be Bijev once more. Iwasa, Schmidt, Tainter, Seiler. All in the mix. Well struck ball to the back end. Moffitt was there, but it's out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Sac Republic there with 6 guys in the box, so they're still trying to, again, press this game and find another goal.
Usman wanted Nick Hines on the ground. It's plucked away. Cohen drawing in Jacob.
Good win by Hines.
Whistle goes, and you can kind of expect that, especially after that last little flare-up, referee Farad Dodko is probably going to be pretty quick on the whistle for the next couple challenges. Make sure the players understand that he's controlling the match. Bijev cutting inside, low through ball here, and it's straight to Meredith.
Yeah, we like to see Ulysses win that. Don't let the ball bounce. Be aware that he has a very good 1v1 player. For me, he had the ability to read that ball, win it in the air. Certainly don't let it bounce and give the opportunity to Bijev to go one-on-one at you. And you see Sac Republic doing very well, clogging up the passing lanes.
Those two have really struggled to get passes connected in large numbers today, James, haven't they?
Yes, Sac Republic is putting on an initial press. So if you have a team pressing, you just really want to see if you can bypass that. Then that will back off the press a bit, and then lanes will open up. But for me, it's the combo play is critical down the flanks, getting numbers up, passing and moving, getting the support that you need, skipping players, getting big switches. So you don't let Sac Republic get too set, because when they're set, they're very good.
Hopiau is by Schmidt. Hopiau chopped down. He's right on the edge of the box, and that's where Farad Dodko is going to give the free kick, just outside the penalty area.
Very close call. That's what you want to see from Hopiau, the ability and desire to assert himself, go 1v1, turn the guy very close to a pen.
Well, and Schmidt knew it too. I think he understood that if he didn't put a shoulder in right there, Hopiau was going to have a very inviting chance. Now, what can S2 do with this free kick?
Down a goal, you have an in-swinger here. For me, it's going to be Hines. Currently, you have 5 in the box. I throw in another, edge the guy up to the top of the box. This is an in-swinger. You certainly want to beat the first man. You don't want to overhit it, and you want to be able to beat the first player.
Well, LA is standing in an offside position, but if he screens the keeper, that's technically becoming involved in the play, and now he'll step away. Tevez runs over it. Hines toward goal and straight into the hands of Cohen.
Not a bad chance. You want runners trying to come across the goalkeeper, really try to screen him, and you want to frame the backside of that goal.
Another look at it here. Great angle on this one. Bit of menace on that ball as it curled in the air a little bit. Well stopped. Espino. Linking up with Partain. Can't get it beyond Ele. Ele unable to hold it in.
Partain again has been good. He's been active, very clean on the ball. He's made very good decisions. Link-up play has been good. He's been an active player for Sac Republic.
Thrown in header from Iwasa. LA knocks it away. We're going to see a substitution now. And it's the man that you mentioned, Dave. David Estrada coming on for David Olson here. Oh, so Dave, your call was for David, and he's coming on for David.
Yeah, that one surprises me a little bit. You have a youngster up there, but it looks like Estrada started coaching him almost immediately.
Estrada is definitely going to bring in a bit more. Olson attempted to put in a good shift, just wasn't quite up to par from what we're normally seeing. See his body language even in the game, going down after mistakes. For me, it's just to be assertive, to have a short memory, have good reactions, and just continue to play.
Moffitt comes around two square on that one. It's gone out.
And that maturity comes as a young player develops, but the mentality to not take yourself out of the game early after some turnovers, but to really be relentless in your pursuit and wanting the ball still and demanding the ball and making runs and being aggressive. For me, David Estrada will bring that in as SU press for this equalizer.
Want to get exclusive video content and photography from across the USL? Make sure to follow the league's official Instagram account at USL Soccer. Narbonne gets that to Tevez.
And now Tevez want him to get the ball back. Get into a spot where he can support it, get the ball back, and be a link-up play again.
Hopiao.
Very good by Hopiao.
Finds a Chankum. Now it's Hines. Hines is just absolutely stationary, no room to work.
For me, I want Hines to get in that spot and just go at the guy, push it wide, maybe give himself an angle to hit it on frame, get a service, but really test him one-on-one. Just his speed, a quick in and out, try to get to the byline, and just put something in the six. Sloppy giveaway there.
It's Espino taking up space.
Good recovery by Narbonne.
This team really missed Francisco Narbonne the first couple matches of the season when he was unable to go. He's come back, and he's a very reassuring presence in midfield.
He is. I like Narbonne. Would love to have had Sari in here as well. I think they work very well together. But Narbonne brings that veteran presence.
Through ball to Hines here. Cut back cross. Chankum shoots, he scores!
Excellent assertive run by Hines. Excellent. You need some aggression. You need some desire. You need to play with a chip on your shoulder. You need to play with a competitive fire. And you see S2 filling the channels, filling the box with runners. Chankum, for his activity today, has been rewarded with another opportunity and puts that one on net.
You wanted to see Hines go at goal. That was created when he took the shot. The deflection wound up at Chankum, who then followed through. That's kind of what you wanted to see from him, and we get the green smoke.
Yep.
Well, and what a good move by Hopiao, as you said, to just lay off that ball. Chankum coming in, and perfect placement.
Excellent. For me, Hines has the physical and technical capabilities to be a menace on the left side or right side. On the left side, it's the ability to get services off, to get shots off. And on the right side, it's the ability to tuck in, maybe bring it in on his left foot, have shots from deep. But his ability to go at players and cause havoc, for me, is very, very good. I just want to continue to see more of it. So right there, you saw it. Excellent play.
So we're all level, just past the hour, 1-1. And now can S2 capitalize on the momentum? Fourth goal of the season for Felix Chankum. That's the best on the team. And Estrada, who just turned that ball
Great
over.
Great cover by Narbonne. No problem. We take the foul here. For me, that's the difference. You have Estrada, tried to cut back in, tried to cut it with the outside of his foot. Doesn't play off, but his reaction's right there. He's not going to let the player get by him. He's pulling his shirt. No problem taking the foul. allowing your team to get set.
Hope I was joining in the press this half.
Narbonne
Good winner.
brings that
Great
out of
touch
the
by
air.
Narbonne. Here you go, Hines
Estrada
again.
back into space for
Hit into
Hines.
Chankum needs to get into the box. Other runners need to be in the box. That's a
Early
great
cross.
ball. That
Just
is
much.
an absolute tasty ball. When that occurs, you need to have Chankum, you need to have Tevez, you need to have Hopial literally running through the back of the net. That's a great early service, what we wanted to see in the first half. That is a tasty, tasty ball. That needs to be in the back of the net. And that's what we want to see again from Hines. Great play by the initial header was won. Narbonne with a great touch, outlet. Hines finds himself isolated again, puts in a first-time ball, and that is an absolute tasty ball to put across the 6.
Keep up to date with all the best social media from around the league as Kelsey Steele hosts Off the Post every Friday through the league's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram feeds.
As this team looks at their body of work today, they know now their outlet. Hines wants the ball. Hines needs to continue to find himself in positions where he can be isolated like that to go 1v1 and create very simply by getting services off or shots, just as he's doing.
Dylan Tevez with the far post run on that.
Yes, Tevez in the box. Again, you want him. That's when the urgency comes. That's when you put in all the work through the week, all the work in this game to create those opportunities. That one needs to be sacrificed. You need to run right through the net.
Hines going back to Meredith.
And now S2, as a team, how do we continue to find Hines? How do we continue to penetrate and break Sac Republic's back line through flank play? See the press on here.
Oof. Nervy coming out of the back, but S2 might be onto something. Denzo Ulysses drawing into the middle. Estrada calls for the ball.
There we go, 1v1.
Switched over to Hines.
Overlaps coming.
Hines into the area now. Comes to a stop.
Recirculate.
The give and go from Estrada, back to Hines. A cut back cross to Chankum, another shot, and it's wide of the right post. That one spinning just wide on the effort.
For me, now the game's a bit active. Now they see, they've battled for the opportunity to play. That opportunity to be able to play is coming down the left channel for them. They need to continue to exploit that. You see Hines and David Estrada with some great link-up play. Chankum gets another opportunity. Unfortunate not to be up 2-1.
That's quick passing out of a stationary moment. Everything had paused, and they used quick passes to establish transitions.
And again, Hines has been very good. He's gone at the defender. He's used his pace. He used his speed. He used his athletic ability. That time he got set. He was very composed. He looked for 1-2, some combination play, which allowed him to free up without the ball, and was very good. So for me, I look for Estrada and Hines to continue to link up. Great flick on. Unlucky. And you see Estrada out there directing. Narbonne's going to enjoy that help and that veteran presence in the middle of the field. And the press is on. Hope you out with a great reaction. Now you're rushing Sac Republic and making them feel a bit uncomfortable in their play.
Turned by Hall. Espino. Iwasa. Forward for Espino. Setting up for the cross. Diving clearance, but not all the way out. Hines. Short little touch to Estrada. He wanted to go straight to Chankum in space. S2. Couple of numbers moving forward.
Great run by Hopial.
Estrada.
Unlucky.
Hopial. Square for Hines.
He's 1v1 again. He's 1v1 again.
Hines.
Now help comes over.
Quick move. Now 3 defenders around him. And still gets loose. And that cross will come back out the near side for a throw-in.
Now, as he starts to draw people with the attention that he's created, now he'll find gaps. Now he can circulate the ball, and now other players will be open.
Bit of a wasted ball from Sam Rogers there. Hines had made a run downfield and was too slow to retreat.
Good step again.
It's Estrada. Going through, Ulysses in a foot race with Schmidt. Schmidt gets to it first.
Estrada's definitely brought some life into this game just by demanding the ball, being in good spots, being aggressive to pull forward. Love Hopi out the second half. His aggression has been very good. Ulysses making an overlapping run.
Thrown into Chankum.
He's flopping. He's flopping too much for me. Chankum just needs to be strong. That's a great opportunity for him to hold the ball up, be strong. He has the advantage. If he can hold that ball up, he has the advantage in the box.
Quickly worked. Hopiau, that was a shot. Took a deflection, and it's held in by Cohen.
Chankum's flopping too much, right? He's had a great body of work today. Could be some tired legs. He just needs to be strong in the box.
Looks like we're about to see Sacramento's first substitution of the match. Moffitt and Tevez doing battle. 31 years of age versus 17 years of age.
And he's isolated again.
A big ball for Hines. His foot speed's going to get him there.
Now he's isolated as help comes to support.
Back for Usman. Early ball. Chankum running in. Got a header to it. Might fall to the backside for Hopiau, and that's just well played by Schmidt.
Runners in the box. Hopiau needs to be in that back post. He knows that Hines has the better of his man. He needs to be in the box, causing havoc, and not just drifted on the backside of the 18. And Tevez needs to get into the box. Estrada needs to get into the box. Chankum can't be the only one on the box, especially when you know it's at Hines' foot. He has the ability to take his man on 1v1, create a service opportunity. You need runners in the box.
Usman with the header. Those two looking to settle it. Seiler gets up to Iwasa. Bit of space now for Moffitt, has Bijev ahead of him.
Good spot by Ulysses, very good. Now S2 has an opportunity to play. They've turned the tides a little bit. In doing so, you don't want to give something off on the break. So as they have this a bit more of the possession, they want to be very careful in their shape as they're attacking, and that's up to the captain, Sam Rogers, to make sure integrity of the back line is intact, even in possession.
These two just maintaining possession at the moment. 70 minutes gone here at Cheney Stadium. We're level 1-1 between Sounders FC2 and the Sacramento Republic.
Very good by Tevez. Now he continues his run. Unlucky.
Looks like it might be a double sub for Sacramento's Simon Elliott.
Chankum's down hurt. He's holding his knee. Chankum looks to be holding his left knee.
We'll have another look at what happened. Just kind of caught the cleat of Cohen as it came away from him.
So this is a great opportunity for S2 to communicate together, get a breath, the veteran presence of our No Bone, Estrada to say, hey, this game is for the taking. We're at home. We have 20 minutes or so to really, really continue to press for the opportunity. We are going to create at least 3 additional chances. Let's be aware of it. In addition to that, let's be aware of the break. That Sacramento definitely has the ability to catch us on the break. So let's be mindful. The urgency as a collective group needs to be at an all-time high.
Cole Seiler and Luis Espino are done for the day. Shannon Gomez and Jure Matijasic coming on.
So Hines was definitely getting the better of Seiler. Probably the reason for this substitution. But to bring in fresh legs to see if they can stop the assertiveness of Hines will be interesting. to get up to game speed can sometimes be difficult, but I'm looking that Simon Elliott just matched speed for speed on the right side there. S2's left side.
Gomez is a 21-year-old out of Trinidad and Tobago. Was contracted through New York City FC last year, but spent time with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Matijasic, on the other hand, is from Slovenia. Last played with NK Domžale in his home country. 25-year-old signed for the club last month.
Maybe tidy here. Good patience.
Ball falls for Chankum. Cut back to Estrada. Estrada tried to lift that over the top and just a little bit too much behind it.
Better hold-up play from Chankum there. It's great. He's strong, holds the ball up, lays it off, spins off of it to make a run. Good thought by Estrada, a bit heavy on the clip there.
Hines applying the pressure now. Cohen goes to Gomez over on the right side.
Previous 10 minutes were very frantic. A lot of activity from both teams up and down. Pace has slowed down a little bit.
And again, it's Hines picking, choosing when to press, when not to press. For me, at that opportunity where you press the goalkeeper, maybe not the best opportunity. You want to really save your legs for opportunities when you get the ball to go forward and really affect this game.
Ulysses getting around Matijasic. Arbone wants Hines down the left. Too much on it.
It's a good thought. They're still looking to isolate Hines and get Usman involved.
Have your say on the USL's Player of the Month award for April in the online poll.
Ooh, and unlucky.
How dare the action take us away? Can't they see I'm trying to get through this ad read? Well, we'll get back to that in a minute. In the meantime, there's some pretty good soccer going on out there. Hall up to Iwasa. Tevez turns it
Great
nicely.
skill by Tevez.
Estrada. Hines tried to take it down for him. Now it's Carlos Rodriguez. Matijasic. Edged away, and Estrada was pretty certain he got all the ball on that one.
He also knew enough not to make a second effort. He pulled up as soon as he on that first moment.
15 minutes and stoppage time left. Iwasa brought down by LA.
LA love that he's still pressing, still closing down space. Nothing wrong with that. They're plenty of distance away from the goal, but he's letting the forward know that he's still here. Still aggressive in ways closing down. Very good by LA.
Tainter.
Great read by Noron.
Can't get it to go. Hopiao steps in front of that pass.
Hopiao. Great ball by Rogers.
Now
very good.
Usman. Usman bound for the left alley.
Hopiao needs to get in the backside of this box.
Moffitt upended there. Rogers coming in for that header. Bijev sends downfield. Meredith meets it about 30 yards out. And Rogers with a big switch over toward Hopiao. Schmidt has the lane. He's just going to escort this one and play it. Tevez now steps onto the ball. Options in the middle. Goes for the back post and just puts it too high. Have your say on the USL's Player of the Month award for April in the online poll at uslsoccer.com that opens on Thursday, May 3rd and runs throughout the weekend. Moffitt from Bijev, he's upended, he'll draw the free kick. And this is a bit of a risky distance for S2 to deal with. James, Sacramento has so much height in the box.
Yeah, Sacramento bringing their center backs up, looking for a set piece opportunity. This is an opportunity for them to kind of turn the tide. Somewhat been one-way traffic here for S2. Bijev on the delivery, puts in a very good ball. Again, S2 needs to be aware of not only the first ball, but again, that second ball is what really hurt them in that first half.
2 men in the wall for S2. Bijev standing over this one, 78th minute. There's the whistle. Here's Bijev. That one drifting toward goal and stopped out of the air by Brian Meredith. James, do you think Bijev would like another crack at that?
Yes, definitely not where he wanted to place it. He's going to look to isolate one of their big targets.
Bad turnover now. It's Partain. Playing through for Iwasa. It's Matijasic, and it's wide of the post. Did it take a deflection? It has. A 6th corner of the match for the Republic. Just Usman careless with that pass.
Great cover again by LA. It's been very good today. But you see how quickly Sac Republic can pounce on a mistake, create a very good chance there just by a simple giveaway.
Short ball in across the face of goal, cleared away by Nick Hines. And back out for a throw-in. Gomez getting it back from Bijev. Chip ball, and that one out for a goal kick. Well, just like that, in the span of a couple minutes, Sacramento have exhausted all of their subs.
Final substitution of the match is Republic FC. Leading the game, number 16, Adam Moffitt. Replaced by number 24, Jaime Villarreal.
And that's Jaime Villarreal coming on for Adam Moffitt.
Villarreal was once a highly regarded Galaxy prospect.
Yes, very good player.
This is Villarreal. Bijev from Hall. S2 just trying to get that coordinated press up the field. Same thing that Sacramento did to them for so long in this match.
And this is the younger Villarreal, a product of the LA Galaxy Academy. I played with his brother, his older brother, with the Galaxy in 2014. Also a very, very good player. Left-footed, very cheeky, very creative.
Ten minutes remaining. 1-1 here at Cheney Stadium. Dave, what does S2 need to change or exploit if they want to punch their way to a game winner?
I'd almost like them to shift it up a little bit, maybe use Hines as a feint, use his runs as an opportunity to open up space centrally, because I think David Estrada has done fairly well interacting with Tevez, and there's some opportunity between Tevez, Estrada, and Schenkem centrally. When you have that strong success in one area, you can use that to open up other spaces.
Schmidt looks like he might be teeing up another long throw. Into the box. Back out from Rogers, straight back to Schmidt. And that one directly into Hopiau. Finds Iwasa, top back to Matijasic. Tevez is trying to turn. Just dumps it out the touchline. Villarreal looking for Bijev. Bijev brings it down on his left foot. That one's off the post. It's on the line. Has it crossed the line? The flag's up, and it's a goal here in the dying minutes of this match.
And another great touch by Bijev. we alluded to his 1v1 ability to create in the box. This one, S2 turns off on the throw-in, allows Villarreal to have an in-swinger, puts it over the head of Usman. Great touch back, again beats Meredith near close, splits the legs, off the post, off Meredith. Very unlucky, but a great touch by Bijev.
Well, James, it's twice today that Sounders 2 have switched off a little bit on a long ball coming in. Both went to the kind of right side of the penalty area.
Yes, again, teachable moments. A throw-in is still an opportunity. It's a stoppage of play, but if a team turns off, it gives the other team an advantage, and there you had a 2v1 opportunity. Too easy to let Villarreal get the ball, open up, have access with his right foot for an in-swinger, is able to pick out Bijev, who then, you know, does what he does, is very creative and tidy in the box with his 1v1 ability and skill set.
On the wake of the goal, it appears that Azriel Gonzalez has made his way onto the pitch for S2.
And I alluded to the fact earlier in the game, I said Sac Republic has the capabilities and the characteristics to punish you on mistakes. Today, S2 were punished on 2 mistakes. One off a set piece, off a second ball opportunity, and this one off a throw-in where they absorbed the pressure but weren't quite able to get out of it and allowed too easy of a throw-in opportunity that allowed an in-swinging ball and then some creative magic by Bijev to put them up 2-1.
Partain is offside. Dylan Tevez was the man removed for Azriel Gonzalez. 84th minute now.
And also for S2, it's their ability.
Another long-range shot. That one
when they're pressing the game, they've created great chances. The ball that Hines puts across the box, when you have momentum, that's when you really need to strike. When there's blood in the water, to really get that equalizer, then get that second one, to really take the sail out of Sac Republic. They didn't do so. Sac Republic, on one of their very few opportunities going the opposite way, had some sustained pressure and then some very creative brilliance by Bijev to go up 2-1.
Hines has moved to a central position with Azriel out wide.
Gonzalez for Usman.
Ball.
Bijev tackles it away once more. 85 minutes gone, 5 minutes left. Sacramento was able to find a goal in the dying minutes of the first half. Can S2 find another equalizer here in the closing moments of the second? Villarreal switches down to Schmidt. Matijasic. Away from Partain. LA goes down line and finds Hopiao.
Sac Republics definitely have some life after the go-ahead goal. Starting to knock the ball around very well.
Partain found his way to this ball.
Touch.
It's Iwasa from long range, and it's wide of the frame.
Substitution in Villarreal for Moffitt definitely brought some life into the game for Sac Republic.
Chankum runs over that ball, goes for goal, and it's wide of the frame.
Decent effort by Chankum.
Gotta like the idea.
Great idea. Definitely would have had the keeper scrambling if he had put it on frame, but Very good idea by Chenkum. Took one quick look, one quick peek. Certainly would have had the goalkeeper scrambling if he put his on frame.
Rogers in heavily on that challenge. Another overhit ball from Brian Meredith. Smashes his hands down on his thighs in frustration. Just been that little final bit lacking for Sounders 2 today, James.
Yeah, unfortunate for S2. Thought they had an opportunity to go up, create several opportunities the first part of the second half, and weren't able to capitalize. That's the difference today for me. They battled for the right to play in the first half, finally created that advantage in the second half, and had 15 and 20 minutes of excellent play, and were only able to get one goal. Should have had another.
Fights his way to this ball. Maybe a chance for a cross. Advantage played by the referee, and it'll be a corner.
Hines is playing as a second forward right now, and when Shankham had that ability to cut in, Hines didn't move on goal right there, and he needs to understand if he's in that spot, that space and that role, he has to cut and give Shankham the opportunity to set him up.
It's Gonzalez into the mix. Ooh. Ulysses got a header to it. Hines controls it on the nearby line. Hines wanted to go between the legs of Jeremy Hall.
Hines too much there. Needs to be way simplified. Just an in and out, get the ball in the box, use your supporting player. Trying to snake a veteran player, Jeremy Hall. Thank you very much.
S2 going for their final substitution here. They're going to put on Kai Briscoe.
And Hines, good shift today. For me, he continues to get better and better. I still want him to be able to continually affect the game for longer spurts, but had some magical moments today.
Opiao over the top and nobody home. Briscoe making his second appearance of the season for S2, as we are 30 seconds from stoppage time. Josh Cohen gonna take his time putting that ball back in play. Partain.
Very good spot by Partain and touch. Unlucky to be offsides there.
Most of Briscoe's time in the academy and his previous experience with S2 has been as a right back. Looks to be playing off of Felix Chenkum now.
3 minutes of added time we will play here at Cheney Stadium. S2 looking for a late equalizer.
Second balls.
Rogers up to Estrada. Well controlled. Briscoe shovels it along. It's headed out by Schmidt. Matiasic. Iwasa. Looking for the corner. Pressure now from LA and Narbonne. And draws the free kick. Sacramento restarted short. Here comes the pressure. Turned over to Estrada. Rogers going right down the middle. Brought down by Gonzalez. Gonzalez lost the ball, gets it back, and hits it behind Denzel Ulysses, who does well to keep it in play.
Great adjustment.
Ulysses going to make a run into the middle. Hopiao back for Rogers, switched over to Usman.
In the box.
Usman's cross blocked right at the start by Gomez, knocked away by Jeremy Hall. Give and go with Iwasa, who's onside. Is there a dagger? Ball in the middle toward Bijev. Played out for a corner, and that will bleed a lot of time off this clock. LA with the heads-up play runs out there and puts the ball on the spot.
Very good defending by LA. Good spot.
We've said that a lot today.
Put himself in passing lanes. Yeah, he's been very steady. Him and Rogers both, I think, have been steady. Unfortunate to give up 2 goals.
Partain fighting off Narbonne. It's Iwasa down in the near corner. Narbonne gets it away. Usman gets it to Meredith. Chance perhaps for one last attack. It's Estrada. Past midfield now. Gonzalez.
Backside's open.
Chip to the backside.
Back
Ulysses there. He goes for the volley. Puts it back across goal. Shankham goes for it and misses. The whistle's in his mouth. And that is how this one ends. S2 getting an opportunity in the dying seconds of the match. And the ball just inches behind Felix Shankham.
And for me, an interesting image right now. You see a lot of S2 players on the ground, completely exhausted, which means they put a lot of effort into this game. They really pressed it to the dying seconds, as you just saw. A lot of effort was put into this game by S2. Very unfortunate not to get a result. That's the name of the game. They shut off for 2 very, very critical moments. And on the flip side of that, they had some critical moments and opportunities to go ahead 2-1. They weren't able to capitalize. A veteran team like Sacramento were able to capitalize on the few chances that they did have and punish them for a big-time road victory here in Tacoma.
Now, Felix Shankham scored in the 61st, but the goals from Mitchell Taintor and the dagger from Viljan Bijev in the 82nd minute are the difference in this one. Sacramento Republic gaining a victory over S2 by a score of 2-1. That is going to do it for us here from Cheney Stadium. For James Riley, Dave Clark, and all of us here at ESPN Plus, I'm Andrew Harvey saying so long, thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.
To get comfortable to hit the ball back into
picks
the
out
box.
Taintor, who's on here, shot, and he
There
beats
for me.
Brian Meredith.
Telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.